Through storms, unshaken, unbowed. Through trials and verdicts, still standing proud. A titan in the tempest, against the raging crowd. He's got a vision for the future, gonna shout it aloud. Changing the wind, it's coming fast. A new foundation built to last. Cryptocurrency's the key, make the big switch. Power to the people, time to teach the rich. Legal battles can't hold him, he's moving on. With plans so bold, from dusk till dawn. He's rewriting the rules, a new dawn's day. From the hands of the few to the people's way. Say goodbye to all chains, embrace the new. A financial revolution, fair and true. For the workers, the dreamers, side by side. In Trump's new era, let freedom rise. Changing the wind, it's coming fast. A new foundation built to last. Cryptocurrency's the key, make the big switch. Power to the people, time to ditch the rich.
Welcome, everyone, to the Crazy Kryptonite. I am Zester, and I hope everyone is having a wonderful Trump day today. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to join us this evening, afternoon. I guess it just depends on where you're at in the world. And so thank you all. And Mile High Trish, thank you so much for joining as always. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty certain I actually have that article up. After you made that comment, I was speeding through preparations because today is going to probably be a fairly short one, guys, because I do need to be ready for the Whiskey and Wisdom later. And I also have some work to do to help Pops get ready for his other stream. And so I did look that one up, though, Mile High Trish. And I think I have the right article. And so we'll see. I have not gotten a chance to read it because I found it on account of your comment in the last 5 minutes in regards to before the stream started. And so we will check that one out, though, and I am excited to get into it. What's up, Captain Spiffy? Thank you and Trish so much for being the first folks in here. And David, thank you so much for my apple. Captain Spiffy, slim pickings for the podcast audience. Thanks, sister. It probably will be on this Wednesday, but that's just fine. That's just fine. We've got good things to go through. And the best time to go through them is in the present and not to put it off for tomorrow. And because we do. Markets are down, and a fairly major announcement, in my opinion, has been brought forth in the fact that the United States government is holding their crypto holdings with Coinbase on the Coinbase exchange. These are holdings that the United States government has taken from different people throughout time. Whether they're all criminals or not, that money was taken from, I cannot truly attest to that one. But we do have some fairly interesting articles to jump into today. And so for those that are, it's going to be a fairly important one. What's up, musical lady? And yes, we are so close. I am planning on enjoying the day tomorrow. I believe it's a day that deserves celebration. I know for many, because it's in the middle of the week, unless that's how your business works, you may still be stuck working. And so I hope everyone is taking full advantage and celebrating this 4th with full gusto. full gusto, because we have a lot to be thankful for, despite the fact that our country has so much going on that's not exactly the best. Neil Brooks, Audie Zester from 94 degrees, Graham, North Carolina. Oof. I was talking to my mom earlier, who is closer to the Greensboro area, and she was saying pretty much the same. She said it was no fun outside at the moment in North Kakalaka. And yes, freedom must ring. Oh, Booger, thank you so much. Tonight we do not have Kukla. I don't think. I know she will jump in if she does get a chance to be free. Booger, thank you so much for being here and for helping out. You are the Scuffler guard dog today. We'll see if maybe he's busy. I doubt he's preparing for the holiday tomorrow. He seems like the type that wouldn't, but who knows? And thank you so much. And of course, the very important message is that anything and everything on the Crazy Kryptonite podcast, on the channel, anything that Zester ever says is for educational and entertainment purposes alone. Please consult a financial, legal, etc. Advisor or before making any major decisions. So, what's up, Mary Jones? Oh, and I'm a QT. Thank you and welcome to the chat. And I would agree with what you're saying. I'm a QT says, hope everyone has a happy and safe 4th. I absolutely agree. Remember, fireworks, a lot of fun. Make certain that you light the right, the right fuse. And I know from personal experience in my past that another really important one is if you have those mortars, make certain the tube that you put them into is the exact right size, because I learned that lesson at somewhere around 14 when I decided to place a mortar inside of a tube that was just a little too wide. I'll save you finding out what happens. Needless to say, it doesn't go very high up. It goes about 10 feet up and then it stops. So that would be something I've learned from the 4th of July. What's up, Firecracker and Edward? Thank you guys all so much for joining. Musical Lady, it is greatly appreciated. And so we're going to jump into it today because we are on a bit of a timeline to get through some of this information just because of everything else that's going on with the evening. For those that were concerned, in regards to the hurricane coming through the Caribbean, I have had absolutely nothing besides a bunch of wind. So besides that, no worries at all. A little bit of wind, a little bit of rain. Otherwise, my internet, my power, nothing has gone out. And I know that for those that are in Jamaica or specifically in Kingston, that definitely a lot of prayers need to go out on account of, I think it's Hurricane Beryl. It's a funny word for me, but needless to say, a lot of prayers need to be heading out that direction. Dwayne Dyer, do you think 3 commas is a good platform to use? I have actually never utilized 3 commas, Dwayne Dyer, and so I'm going to write myself a note, and I will go check out their platform this evening, because I will have a bit of time, I'm certain, between streams, hopefully. And so I will go check out 3 commas. I've heard a lot about them, but I don't like to go off of the information that other people have said. I don't like to go off of other people's statements. I'd prefer to have that interaction, that experience firsthand. And so I will check them out. Oh, and thank you, Musical Lady. Thank you so much. And welcome, Fiery Leo. Thank you so much for joining. I know we're supposed to watch out for those Leos. I have no idea how astrology works, to be completely frank. People have to tell me every single time what I am even. I've only recently memorized it because I've been talking to a bunch of folks that are very, very aware and knowledgeable about it. And so I'm pretty certain I'm a Libra. And I don't know. I think Pops is a Leo, and so I think you're the same. And maybe your name doesn't even have anything to do with astrology, and I'm totally off base. Edward Kazar, I've read where BlackRock partnered with Stellar XLM. I don't think I want to be involved with BlackRock's past. I understand that one entirely, and I was busy digging into that one because I'm pretty certain that's going to be the main topic of our Friday podcast, actually. And the reason being is because it's a lot of information on the subject was very much circumspect. Something is happening between BlackRock and Stellar XLM. What it is yet, a lot of their descriptions I did not feel like were entirely comprehensive. And so that's a great question, Edward. And I completely understand your sentiment. I would similarly not want to be associated with them. And so we're going to be diving into that one, Edward. I just think we need to give that one a bit of a second to percolate, maybe would be the correct word. And Chrissy, Crazy Legs, Pops is a Gemini. Oh, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I really don't know them all that well. It took a long time for me to even remember which one I am. Late July to mid-August. Oh, maybe that is why I know it. And I don't know. I was just told to watch out for Leos. That was it. I didn't know when you were born. I was just told to watch out for them. I guess because I'm a Libra. I'm not certain. But we will leave the astrology conversation for another time. I'm certain Fiery Leo and Chrissy and JC, y'all can help me on that one. I need to learn a bit more. And well, I mean, I feel like that's my excuse for being crazy. It's father and son type deal. A little bit of crazy is the spice to life. Let's go ahead, though, guys, and let's jump into this one. Of course, in regards to the crypto market, we are looking at a whole bunch of nothing fun to see. Major takeaway, Bitcoin under 60K. Everyone is currently associating this with the Mt. Gox story we discussed on Monday. And so, is that the full entire story? Probably not. When I look at it, it seems as if it's really a bunch of people that are not the Mt. Gox folks. They're not the people that just got their millions of dollars. It's everybody else that read the news that the Mt. Gox people were about to get their Bitcoin, and so they sold. Not the Mt. Gox folks who just became millionaires overnight. Those instantaneous millionaires don't seem to be selling. Whether they will in the long run, possibly. But at this point in time, we do have a fairly major takeaway. People that started suddenly receiving their millions of dollars that they've known they've been millionaires for a decade now, are not selling their Bitcoin. At least not in large enough numbers for us to be able to pin this price decrease on. I'm certain some have. Some guy got it and sold every single dime from Mt. Gox. The rest have not. And so, yes, that would be, in regards to the other ones that I would kind of take away, is that we do seem to be seeing a really kind of a divergence on a lot of cryptos on account of the different news. And so Solana's remaining 2.6 up, but it's 8.3% down in 24 hours. Solana is getting a major boost off of the fact that it seems as if Donald Trump is going to be the president. And so Solana is particularly excited about that because they would get their ETF, is what the investors are believing. Other than that, XRP, I mean, that thing might as well be a stable coin at this point in time. It seems as if XRP is incapable of going anywhere outside of a fairly small range. I would say this price decrease is a genuine near low point for the entire past year. And so XRP is absolutely trading at the lowest point that it has in a year's time period. I'm not worried about that as an XRP holder, but I also, as a Bitcoin holder, I'm not worried about its prices. I'm not worried about Ethereum's prices. I'm not worried about Chainlink's prices. When it comes down to it, I take a very, very long-term perspective. And so the short-term movements do not ever get me in too much of a tizzy, I suppose you could say. The big takeaway, in my opinion, is that it seems as if really Bitcoin is taking this price hit, and on account of it, the rest of the crypto market is taking it, not because of the Mt. Gox sellers, but because of the news. People are selling the news. And one of the big quotes that I've learned throughout my time in crypto is that very regularly people sell the rumor, or they buy the rumor and they sell the news. And I've heard that one far too many times throughout crypto. And so people are buying the Solana rumor and they're selling the Bitcoin news. Does that make that the best decision? Of course not. Of course not. But it does tend to be a cyclical reality. All right, moving on. For those that put their information in for the NFT giveaway, you have received your NFTs. And so for those that are looking towards it, we do at this point now have 23 separate owners of the NFT. Now, 2 people snuck past me and placed their information in twice. And so congratulations, you have an extra copy. But otherwise, everybody that had their NFTs in from somewhere, or their giveaway entries in from somewhere around, I believe it was 2 p.m. today was the last time I checked, they have received their original Cryptonaut Club NFT. The giveaway remains open. And so for any and all that do want to jump in on that, you are still more than welcome. I am looking around for that link now for those in the chat. But Booger, I promise, if you put yours in, you got one. I think there have been 2 people that have applied since I sent them out. And so those 2 people do not have theirs yet. But Booger, I promise that you have it, or will have it, if I don't actually have your wallet address yet. Something that we will go through there at the end, though, is there were a lot of people that put in addresses or comments and things that, well, needless to say, didn't work. And so we're going to jump into that for a quick second at the end. But otherwise, most folks should have them. If you did put in your information and you did not receive an NFT, we will be checking on that one, and I'll be showing folks how to see it. For those that are having problems seeing their NFT in their crypto wallet, because this is a fairly common one. If you put in your wallet address and say you use, I don't know, certain different wallets, because we have never interacted before, your NFT is being hidden. It's in your wallet. But there are certain wallets that if you receive a non-fungible token and you've never interacted with the wallet that sent it before, they will hide it from your view. And so for those that are not able to see their NFT inside of their wallet, what I would recommend, if you want to be able to see it, I guarantee it's there because I checked on the blockchain. So for every accurate address, they have an NFT. It's in the wallet. But if you're having a hard time seeing it, you can come to OpenSea. And so if you come to OpenSea, and I'll go ahead and toss that link in real quick. If you come to OpenSea, you can connect your wallet. And so you would click right here and you would actually connect the wallet you're utilizing. It'll ask MetaMask or whatever. And then you would come over to Profile, click on Profile, and then you would be able to see in Collected or between Hidden right here, the crypto NFTs that you own. And so if anyone is having a hard time, you can come to OpenSea. Most wallets should have given you an option to choose whether it's hidden or not. Some don't. And so if yours is one of those wallets that does not, you can come over and you can actually just directly connect with OpenSea, and you will then be able to see your NFT inside of Hidden. And once you get to Hidden, you can actually come in and you can choose to unhide. And so I have unhidden my NFT, and so it's no longer, well, I think the system is a little bit behind, but it is going to be over in my collected section at this point, and now I'll be able to view it. Just a real quick one, back through that one. Booger, that would be come to OpenSea and then connect your wallet that you provided inside of the NFT giveaway. And then once it is connected, come over to Profile right here. Click Profile. And then come right here to More. And come to Hidden. And then you will just come up and you will click on the three little dots. And then you will click Unhide. And at that point, it will then pop in to your collected section. So for those that are, I'm certain, Booger, I will jump back through that one again on the coming streams to make certain that everyone is able to access and view the original Cryptonauts Club NFT. Because currently there are 23 unique owners, and I would be happy to continue to send that one out. And so for folks that are interested in that, I am going to try to get the link to that giveaway, which it seems as if I have found it. And I will toss that into the chat now. The only thing necessary is that it is an Ethereum or an EVM compatible wallet address. And so an Ethereum wallet address is the one that most people know it by. And then you'll be good to go. And I'll be able to send it. And so for those that have gone ahead and put their information into the giveaway, but have not received an NFT, come and check out closer to the end of this stream. I will be showing what some of the different mistakes that were made. And of course, it's no one's fault, but the different things that went on in terms of inputting information that resulted in me not being able to send out the NFT. So the important part of today, guys, and in my opinion, this is the big news in regards to everything that is going on. And this was actually a buried story because I was here just the other day, and it came out July 1st, but very much a buried story. And that is that Coinbase is set to hold crypto for the United States government. This seems like a pretty clear indication from my standpoint that Coinbase is really being the favored crypto exchange of the United States government. The reason that they have this crypto is on account of the US Marshals Service, a division of the Department of Justice, has chosen Coinbase Prime to securely store and trade its Class 1 digital assets. marking a noteworthy development for the US crypto space. This entire story really lends itself to a lot of different questions that I have. Number one, why is it holding them? Just holding them. Why would the United States government not be holding its own crypto? And why are they making designations in regards to class 1? Class 1 as assets. It seems as if they're going ahead and saying that class 1 means that it has a large market capitalization, and so in regards to that one, think here market cap. And so it seems as if the USMS is designating Coinbase as their major holder for their large cap cryptocurrency assets. Booger, wasn't Coinbase one of the first who opened up? Booger, in regards to being the first, it wasn't. But, and I think this is where you're very correct, Booger, because Coinbase was the first publicly traded company that was a cryptocurrency exchange. And so that does make them a prime mover. They weren't the first exchange, but they were the first exchange to be recognized by the United States government in the way that they are, and as a publicly traded company. And so that does make that distinction. And Coinbase does work in close relation with the vast majority of U.S. regulatory bodies. That's the reason that whenever we talk about buying crypto and we talk about things of that nature, and we say, well, Coinbase is the easiest for most Americans, it also is going to be the one where you don't want to be doing any funny business on that exchange. Not that you should ever be doing any funny business, but Coinbase is a very, very, very managed and secure exchange in terms of the regulatory bodies. Booger. Oh, yeah. Question from Faith, Family, Freedom. Can I use my Ledger wallet for this or my Coinbase account? The only thing that you need is, so if you have your Ledger and your Ledger has an Ethereum wallet on it, that would work just fine, Faith Family. That would work just fine. And so if it's a Coinbase wallet account and you have an Ethereum wallet on your Coinbase wallet account, which you will just by making it, that would also work. Your Coinbase account, as in the centralized exchange, that will not work in order to receive the NFT. Dwayne Dyer, think of where gold is held by government, a repository. That is probably some principle for Coinbase as well. That to me, Dwayne, is the bigger question around this headline. And I think, oh, my apologies. And I think that is the bigger reasoning behind this, Dwayne. And that's the reason I thought that it was so interesting that Coinbase was being chosen, is because essentially the government just made, in the short term, Coinbase the Fort Knox of United States government crypto. Coinbase is the Fort Knox for the United States government at this point in time. Whether that stays the same, who knows? But at this point, it seems as if that is kind of the indication that's being made, is that they're the most trustworthy, they're the most secure. And keep in mind, guys, when I say the most trustworthy, the most secure, they're still a centralized exchange. They're still absolutely going to do anything any 3 or 4 letter, 5 letter organization in the U.S. regulatory body says. They will do whatever they're told. So if you plan on having money to donate to a Canadian trucker in the middle of winter, keep in mind you're not going to want to keep that money on Coinbase. You don't want to do that. Not in the slightest. All right, though, guys. Oh, Faith, that my small amount of crypto is still on my Coinbase because I haven't had time to watch the video on how to transfer to Ledger yet. That is no worry, Faith family. I would just suggest getting it over and moved when you do have the opportunity, especially if you do have your Ledger, because we do have a lot of videos that help with that one. All right, for a security warning for everyone in the community, Authy two-factor authentication app leaked phone numbers that may be used for text phishing. So, if you have ever utilized the Authy app, please, 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 please be on the lookout for fake messages being sent to you. The Authy app is a fairly common two-factor authentication application. And so for those that are curious on that one, that would be when you have something like Google authentication, which, you know, many people have on their phone on account of different services like banking or things of that nature. Authy has been utilized by traditional banking companies. They've been utilized by local banks, large banks. They've been utilized by a lot of different people. Please, 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 if that word AUTHY and that company as a two-factor authentication app for you rings any type of a bell, you need to be watching out for messages that you receive, because those phone numbers have been leaked. And that would make you a prime suspect, or a prime victim for scammers out there. Scammers now have the vast majority of phone numbers that have utilized the Authy application. This is a traditional finance app that was used by crypto and traditional finances and banks all over the place, used as two-factor. And so, if that rings any bell to you, or you know communities of people that have been in the crypto space for a while, this is a very, very important story for people to be aware of, is that right now, everyone needs to be a little bit worried, especially if you are an Android user. Hackers gained access to the Authy Android app database. And so, the account that you have registered with anything on a bank, whatever you've utilized Authy for, you don't need to worry about your account with that service. What you need to be worried about is that they got the data from the authenticators. And so their primary way of trying to attack and steal from you is going to be a matter of trying to get your phone number. They're going to try to either SIM swap, or they're going to try to send you messages that look very, very real, and it looks like a real exchange is talking to you, in order to try to get you to give them information. Oh no, Patricia Lee. This is a funny one. So I'll do you know if Zach spells his name Zach or Zach? I know guys that spell it either way. Patricia, I actually always is Z-A-C-K. My name is not Zach. If my name were Zach, that's how I'd introduce myself. And so I know that is very, very normal. I still give my father a hard time. If you want to mess with him, Patricia Lee, go in and start messing with him about the fact that according to his son, he doesn't know how to spell. It has been an ongoing joke in my family, because since the time I learned how to read, I have been mad about the spelling of my name. At some point, if I ever have time, I will have it changed, because I genuinely want it changed, but I also just don't want to deal with it. So I'm not certain. My name's not Zach. I know that's not how it's pronounced, but CH is pronounced that way in the English language universally. So I am ZACK or ZAK or ZAC. Any of the three, I'm happy with. Any of the three, I'm happy with. The only one that like if that I will make a correction on is Zach. But no, that's too funny. That is too funny because it is legally spelled that way. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And it's just something that I give dad and my mom a hard time about all the time. And I, at this point, just think it's funny to mess with them about it. I just think it's funny. Yeah. Anything besides Zach, Patricia, because I see that one. LMAO, that's funny that you said that because I thought the same thing. Gotcha. Zach, and Zach. All perfect. All perfect. And it really does mess with him because Zacharias is in the Bible. It's a biblical name. And so I appreciate that. And I appreciate that it's a biblical name. But it is. It's a funny one. Yeah, there you go, Booger. Sack. Hey, in Puerto Rico and in Puerto Rico, most everyone thinks that my name is Isaac because that's just from a Spanish accent. Isaac, and everybody thinks that my name is Isaac. But let's jump back to this one, guys. Let's jump back to this one. I cannot wait though to see what the comments fill up with over that one because it is funny and you will absolutely manage to get a slight bit because Pops and I, it's been a joke for so long. You will definitely get a little bit of a rise out of him on it, and so I look forward to someone bringing that up to him on the original Mark Z live stream because I know that it will be funny to hear his response in regards to it, just because we have always messed with each other about it. And I just enjoy messing with him about it. It's like, it's one of those fun things where I don't ever want to change it because I don't ever want to not be able to give him a hard time. So on to our next article. Investors brace for U.S. election outcomes as crypto hits the ballot. Fit 21s. And so this was the bill that Joe Biden ended up vetoing. That was a fairly bipartisan bill, primarily backed by the Republican Party, that Joe Biden ended up vetoing. Fit 21's bipartisan support suggests a potential shift in U.S. crypto policy, while investors are focused on long-term trends despite political uncertainty. And so this is something that we're seeing outside of just, oh, that's a great idea. Sorry to get distracted on that one, guys, but I saw that comment. Zach, we'll have the opportunity tonight on Whiskey and Wisdom. We will, Patricia. We'll mess with him. But so this is when I was talking about earlier, Solana's ETF, Solana's current price actions. Solana ended up seeing, and is still up 2.2% on a 7-day cycle because Solana investors are gambling on and have pushed the dates in regards to their actions in order to ensure that Donald Trump is the president, the administration that is in control before that decision is made. And so Solana is just an example of one. I mean, the 5th largest cryptocurrency on the planet. We're talking $65 billion of market capitalization. And they're saying that we're waiting for Donald Trump. I imagine that it is the exact same when it comes to XRP, sitting at the 8th largest cryptocurrency with we'll just go ahead and round it up, $26 billion of market capitalization. And so we're seeing XRP and we're seeing Solana really take a back seat at the moment. They're going to keep investing as they have been. They're investing in Republican candidates. They're investing in pro-crypto candidates, but they're not trying to get anything done right now because they're under the belief that come November, they're going to be looking at a far, far, far more accepting crypto environment. And so we are seeing this happen in real time. We are seeing investors go ahead and plan on the election in regards to their investments. And so if any investors that believe Joe Biden is going to win are selling. Investors that believe Donald Trump is going to win are buying. That's really where our breakdown is occurring. The pro-Trump, well, they're saying, and of course, there are neutral investors out there. There are investors that do not worry about the political landscape. They make decisions based off of fundamentals. I'm very, very happy that they managed to keep that bias out. I have a difficult time doing it because I'm so politically minded. But otherwise, that breakdown is pretty much solid. People that believe that Joe Biden is going to win the election are selling their crypto because they believe that the Biden administration would be extremely bad for the crypto markets if they manage to secure a second term. People that believe that Joe Biden is going to lose are taking a long-term perspective and saying they expect very positive actions in regards to the crypto markets following November. So this is one to continue to expect up to the last moment, the last second, until it is set in stone. There are going to be investors in the crypto and tech space that are making decisions based off of their predictions on the election results. All right, continuing forward. Replace the US dollar. Legendary tech billionaire issues shock Bitcoin prediction amid Ethereum, XRP, and crypto price swings. And so, while we do see markets on the day not looking that great, overall markets are up on a year-to-year. And we now have, well, none other than Jack Dorsey, who is now stating that he believes Bitcoin could eventually replace the US dollar. And so now keep in mind, guys, Jack Dorsey is the original creator of Twitter. He was really pushed out by the company that he ended up making. And he has had a lot of red pilling has been occurring in terms of Jack Dorsey and his mindset on a lot of this. But he is another billionaire who is coming out and saying that he believes Bitcoin could eventually actually replace the US dollar if necessary. And so I think that part is what's important. In the same way that Donald Trump said that we have got to defend Bitcoin, it is the last bastion of defense for the financial system. I think that that's the way to look at it. Ultimately, we don't really want Bitcoin to become our everyday currency. We don't really want that. But we have it as our last bastion because no matter what, a decentralized currency is going to be better than any centralized authority from a central bank. It's going to be better. And so Bitcoin is out there to hold governments, hold banks accountable for their actions. It always has to be that ever-present danger to the centralized authorities that if they mess up too bad, their civilians, their citizens, their constituents will move to Bitcoin. And I believe that is more of the perception or the perspective that Jack Dorsey is taking on this quote, is that ultimately, in the end, if our government does not get its crap together and we don't have these things occur in the timeline that we like, and I think that, you know, from our perspective, the RV would absolutely be something that, you know, we would be thinking about if those things don't happen in time. I know from Pops and from other things that we believe that it will, but if it doesn't, Bitcoin is that backup. And I don't think you ever throw plan B out the window when you're not certain if you need plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E. And I guess I should say that Bitcoin probably is more like plan Z. I'm a big fan of Z's for some reason, considering I have two of them. And so Bitcoin is plan Z if everything else goes wrong. And so the last thing you want to do is throw out that last bastion. And so I was glad to hear this one from Jack Dorsey. I already knew that he was a big crypto supporter, but it's good to hear that he is thinking in the same vein or the same line of logic that many of us normal non-billionaires are thinking in. All right. Crypto takes its fight with the SEC directly to Biden and Trump. And so this is a great article for folks to go through because it seems as if the SEC now, in a desperate sense of trying to protect themselves, are really making political decisions. The SEC is essentially indicating that the SEC wants to support Joe Biden. Now, this is a complete destruction of the idea of democracy, the very idea of our votes counting and the very idea of our government being based off of the people's wishes. And right now what we're seeing is the SEC is favoring, and favoring is really not a strong enough word. The SEC is flat out helping Joe Biden because they, as a regulatory body, want to become stronger. And under the Biden administration, the SEC would see its powers drastically expand. Under a Donald Trump presidency, the SEC would see their powers reduced. And this is one of those subjects where it really is. This is outside of crypto. This is a political issue because this is a matter of government corruption. If we have an organization, a regulatory body inside of the United States federal government that is leaning towards one political candidate or the other, we have entered into a world that is absolutely unacceptable, dystopian, in the absolute greatest sense. I know that for many of us, none of this is news, and so nothing new to see here. But this is another time that we are seeing this in the mainstream news. This will hopefully wake more people up if they hear about the fact that the SEC is picking teams on account of politics. And that is the reason I believe this is an important article to be keeping out there. And in regards to our last ones today, guys, we're actually going to be coming in a little bit early on finishing. And so what we are going to go through real quick is for those that have not received their NFTs. We're going to go through and show some of the different things that can occur. Just so everyone knows, especially Mile High Trish, I will be going through and digging deep into this article in regards to the Basel Committee's framework for crypto exposures this evening. And I also will be digging in to Donald Trump's crypto wallet. This is going to be another really exciting one. This has taken a lot more time than I expected because it's a lot of transactions, but I am going to be breaking down where the money is coming to Donald Trump from. What are people holding? What do they own that are donating to Donald J. Trump? That is going to be insanely interesting. Look forward to that one in the coming videos. I can't wait to dive into where Trump's crypto money's arriving from. I think everyone's going to be very, very interested. My research already has led to some particularly surprising revelations in regards to some of the places Donald Trump's money's coming from. Remember, crypto is full transparency and full anonymity at the same time. I am really, really excited. I hoped that I would actually have that research done for today's video. I do not. It turns out that rabbit hole is, well, needless to say, it's the rabbit hole from Alice in Wonderland, because I am having to unlock little doors. Potentially, I'm going to need to take some very, very circumspect mushrooms or cookies, or I forget what it was from Alice in Wonderland that made you shrink or grow. But needless to say, I may need to take a decent bit more time. I know, though, I will be ready to dive into where Donald Trump's money is coming from on the Friday stream. And so I'm definitely looking forward to that one. I think we're going to have a lot of fun looking through and seeing what people that donated to Donald Trump and that have sent Donald Trump money are all about. I think you're all going to be surprised and also, in many ways, I think reassured. Definitely surprised, maybe reassured. For our last one, though, here, guys, for our last one, because yes, I am going to be going to get everything done so that I'll be ready for Whiskey and Wisdom. I do want to go through some folks that may be wondering why they do not have their NFT at the moment. Right here is an example. And so I'm going to try to expand this and get the screen as absolutely large as I can while it still works. All right. And so right here, guys, keep in mind, and some good things to remember is that if you're looking for an Ethereum wallet address, it will always, and I mean always, start with a 0x. Always. It will start with a 0x. And so, if you do not see a 0x, then it's not an Ethereum-based wallet. And so, in this case, I went ahead and I actually replaced and put in a 0, and the address still did not work. And so that means something in here is off. I think that this probably comes down to typing it out. The reason I say that is because I found one down here. And so for this person, you received your NFT. But what I noticed is that you typed out your wallet address. Something that I would always recommend is when it comes to a wallet address, never try to type it out. Save the photo of the wallet address. Keep that for you to double and triple check. Absolutely. But ultimately, always copy and paste. And so right here, that's an O. That's an O, not a 0. And so that's a point where, having typed it out, you can get in trouble, not because you did anything wrong. And please, anyone that I do highlight a wallet address of while I am doing this, please do not in any way feel like you're being, brought out. But, or being, or in any way being sectioned out or being messed with. Ultimately, this is just more a matter of proving that it's anonymous. This is the only information I have from y'all entering the giveaway. This is it. I have the day, the date, and your address. That is all I acquired. And because I had that, I was able to send you an NFT. That was all I needed. And so, in this case, I would say the difference between the capital 0, the capital O, and the 0 is the difference between the wallet address working and not working. For everyone else, I appreciate the Valentino messages. I would say some folks, I did get your wallet addresses a few times. I don't know if that's because you wanted multiple copies, but I would say the one thing that I noticed is that there is something to be said. Remember to copy and paste. Don't type it out. Remember that an Ethereum wallet is always 0x. 0x. And so if you see anything else, you know that it's not your Ethereum wallet address. And then one other thing that I would say is that in this situation, And this is just me showing a warning. I saw this as an opportunity to point out little things that mess with folks. And this is something that will mess with you. Do you see on this one? On this address, there are spaces in here. That will mess up the wallet address working. And so I just wanted to point these out, not to call anyone out, but just because I thought it was a learning experience for everyone, in that little things like that will mess you up. A couple extra spaces, an O instead of a 0. Those are little things that will cause a transaction to just fail. Absolutely fail. The only other thing that I saw in here is that copy and paste. Copy it, paste it. Copy it, paste it. You never have to worry about copy paste unless you have some particularly malicious malware on your computer. And so copy and paste is your safest way to ensure that you are sending to the right place. Whether that is highlight it and right click, or for all of those that want to go with the shortcuts, that is Control C. While you have it highlighted, it will then be copied, and then you click where you want it to go and you press Control V. It will then be there. And yes, thank you so much for saying that, Mile High Trish. Copy, paste, then check. And I am glad you said that, because the way to check, guys, when you see an address, and so say this was my address, and all right, Control C, and I pasted it in. What I want to do is I want to actually check right here, 0x, 0x. Okay. And then I want to check right here, the last 4 digits, 783A. And so whenever you are copying and pasting, the biggest thing to check is, did I get the beginning right? And did I get the last 4 digits right? That is what you want to look at, because if those 2 things are correct, you essentially cannot have messed up. You are right. You have put the right address in. And so 0x and the last 4 digits. And I still do this every single time. When I send a transaction, I check the last 4 digits. When I was sending out y'all's NFTs, I checked the last 4 digits every single time. Because if you maintain that standard operating procedure, you will never send your money to the wrong place. If you maintain that, you ensure, all right, I'm sending to an Ethereum address from an Ethereum address. Okay, that's the 0x part. I've confirmed 0 and X. If I've confirmed 0 and X, the last thing I need to confirm are the last 4 digits, 783A. If you confirm those 2 things, you confirmed that you were on the proper blockchain, and you have confirmed that you are sending to the proper wallet. That is something that is very important. Thank you so much for saying that, Mile High Trish, because that really is the best methodology to ensure that you are never in a situation where you could send your crypto, send your hard-earned money to the wrong place. Check those 2. And it's the same logic with another blockchain. If you're on XRP or any other one, check the last 4 digits and the first digits. Same thing no matter where you go. If you're on a Bitcoin wallet and you're sending Bitcoin from one Bitcoin wallet to another Bitcoin wallet, check the first ones and the last ones. That's your best way of going about this, because it is statistically impossible for you to send it to the wrong place if the first digits and the last digits are the same. The chances of that occurring are astronomical. And so I always suggest double check. I still do it after oh God, 8+ years now, about to be 9 years. After about to be 9 years, I still do the same exact protocol every single time. I check the first digits and the last ones. And I do not want to jinx myself, but I have never sent crypto to the wrong place. Not one time, not ever. It has never happened. And it's because I maintain standard operating procedure of the first digits and the last digits. And so for anyone that did notice when we were checking out this sheet that yours was not in here, or maybe you put in Valentino or Glad Your Cat is Better, and you do want a wallet, you do want an NFT, I mean, please just go right back in and put your information in. There is absolutely no worry on that one. I am going to continue sending them out. And so no worries at all. If Patty Perry, thank you for this. I did mine wrong. Do not worry, Patty. And go back in to the link. It's in the chat. And it's also on the prior videos. And put your wallet in a second time. I am up to date with sending out all the way up to I believe I up to 45. And so 46, 47, y'all are new. And so I will be sending these NFTs out until I run out of them, or until it's been enough time that I'll hold on to the rest, or I'll burn them to show people how that process works. But so as a final recap for those that have their NFTs, you are able to come in, log in to OpenSea. If you cannot see your NFT in your wallet, your NFT is on the Polygon network. That is a layer 2 blockchain built upon the Ethereum blockchain. And so it is Ethereum from a technological standpoint, but it's different. And so it is a Polygon wallet, or it is a Polygon NFT. But you will be able to come over and connect to OpenSea and see your NFT if you cannot see on your own. If you cannot see it in your own wallet, then you are able to connect to OpenSea and see it from there. And so that gives you, you should be set. Remember, if you can't see it in your wallet on OpenSea, then you're going to go to Profile. You're going to go to More, and then you're going to go to Hidden, and then you're going to choose Unhide. So thank you guys all so much for tuning in today. Please do put in your information if you do still want an NFT. R Sassy, I don't have mine yet because I don't have a space to put it yet. Well, R Sassy, if you did want a very, very easy way to get a wallet address, all you would do is come over to MetaMask. MetaMask can be acquired on any of the different extensions browsers, whether it's the Chrome store or the like. And then all you would do is you would actually come up here and you would click Add Account, or you just use the one that you have, and you can create a new wallet at literally the drop of the hat. Example Z, create, bam, brand new wallet has been created. Brand new wallet. Booger, I have to go now. Kukul only paid me for an hour. Thank you for everything. Booger, what is she paying you in? Not cookies? What is she paying in? But thank you guys all so much for joining today. And absolutely, please tune in this evening at 7 p.m. for the original Mark Z, and at 8 p.m. for Whiskey and Wisdom. I am looking forward to it this evening. I definitely am looking forward to those beers later on. And so thank you all so much, and I will see you soon at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, guys.